Hey, it's Julian Gordon here, and welcome to another episode of Divine Downloads. In this video, I'm going to share with you the single most important metric to achieving financial freedom and creating generational wealth in your life. But first, I actually want to start off by playing a little game called Hit the Target. So, right now, I want you to take your index finger and I want you to hit the target on the screen. Okay? I'm going to start in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, go. Did you get it? Did you get it? No, because there is no target. And see, a lot of us, when we're trying to achieve generational wealth or financial freedom, we actually don't have a target. And it's very hard to get to your goal when you don't have a target. So we're going to get into round two now, okay? Round two, we're going to start again. So I want you to get your index finger, one index finger, right? And we're going to try again, all right? I'm going to give you another chance. You ready? On your mark, get set, go. You only have one finger, but now there's too many targets, too many goals. And so you can't hit them all. And so we get stuck when it comes to our financial goals when we have too many targets. So let's get into round three, okay? Last round, all right? We're going to do it again. You ready? On your mark, get set, go. Boom. One target, one finger, boom. Now you got it, okay? This is how we have to approach our financial life. We have to get clear on the most important target that we're going after, because that target is going to determine how we move through our lives, all right? So there are many ways to measure money and financial freedom, and this is where it gets confusing. See, you can measure your financial freedom or your wealth through your salary, right, which is your active income. You can measure it through your passive income. How much money do you have coming in passively? Okay, that's different than your active income. You can measure it by the amount of money that you have saved or your emergency fund. You can measure it by the amount of debt that you have, or you can measure it by your net worth. All right. And so in this video, I have another divine download for you. You can go get it at getdivinedownloads.com. That's getdivinedownloads.com, and use this tool that we're going to walk through in this video. Okay. So let's look at active income as our metric first. If we use active income as our metric, then we're going to be looking for the highest paying job. But we have to understand that it's not what you make, it's what you actually keep. And so you can get a high paying six-figure job, but if your cost of living is 90% of that, let's say you have a $100,000 job, but your cost of living is $90,000 a year, that metric isn't going to get you to financial freedom, because you're spending or losing a lot of what you've actually made. All right. So now let's look at passive income. Passive income is actually one of my favorite metrics in terms of measuring financial freedom. I love this one because if you get to a certain level of passive income, let's say your cost of living is $4,000 per month. That's your housing expense, your food, your cell phone, your car, etc. If you get to $4,000 in passive income, meaning that that is money that's going to come in every single month, no matter what, right? Whether you work or not, then you've actually achieved financial freedom the moment that your passive income is greater than your cost of living. So this is why I love multifamily real estate so much, right? Because when I buy another property, another triplex or fourplex, then the income, right, after the rent, which is rent minus principal, interest, taxes, insurance, capex, repairs, over vacancy rate, what's left over is my cash flow. And that cash flow hits my account every single month and moves me closer and closer to financial freedom. Now, I'm already financially free. My passive income already surpasses my cost of living. But many people don't have any passive income because all their life they've been told to focus on active income, right? The goal is to take any active income that you have and invest it into some sort of asset like multifamily real estate, and then use that asset to create passive income. This is how you truly get free. Getting a higher paying job does not actually get you any more free. In fact, it can only accelerate your rat race, because if your cost of living rises with your active income, now you have to run harder and harder and harder until you drop dead. All right. So I really love passive income as a metric for financial freedom. Right. Another one that people use is, oh, I have enough money saved, right? Many people are, instead of creating a pipeline through passive income, they're trying to create a pile of money so that when they retire and they stop working and the active income decreases and all they have is Social Security or pension, right? then that pile just goes down and down and down. And the longer they live, the less and less money they end up having, right? So amount of savings or emergency fund isn't really the best metric, right? Especially when that money is sitting in a savings account and only yielding anywhere from 1 to 3% in interest. It is barely keeping up with inflation. So you're actually losing money, right? Savers are losers, as some people say, right? Now, there's another group of people who use the amount of debt they have, and their goal is to be debt-free. All my Dave Ramsey fans out there who hate debt, some people use their debt as their metric, but I have some news for you, and it's unfortunate news. Debt-free does not mean that you are financially free. Debt-free does not mean that you are financially free. Okay? Again, financial freedom is when your passive income is greater than your cost of living. And so you can be debt-free but still be caught up in the rat race. You still have to go to work day after day after day after day. And if you stop, then the money stops, right? So this is why passive income is so powerful. And when you look at how to use leverage, how to use good debt versus bad debt, what Dave Ramsey is really against is bad debt, consumer debt, debt that you have to pay back yourself. So credit cards, student loans, and single-family mortgages, those are actually debts that you have to pay back yourself. But there's another type of debt called good debt. Good debt is debt that pays you. So for instance, if I go get a mortgage on a multifamily home, right, and that mortgage is, let's say, $2,500 a month, but the rents on that property are $5,000 per month, then I am cash flowing $2,500 a month. Now, that's not quite the cash flow because I just said that the mortgage was $2,500 a month. You still have your principal interest, that's the mortgage. Then you have taxes, insurance, capex, repairs, over vacancy rate. So let's say that that's another $1,000. So $2,500 plus $1,000 is $3,500, right? But I'm getting $5,000 in rent. So that property is now cash flowing $1,500 a month, meaning that every month $1,500 is hitting my bank account, and I use debt to do that. So if I can borrow money at 5% interest, but I can make that money work at 12% interest, then I will borrow as much money as I can possibly deploy. That 7% gap between 12% and 5%, that's mine to keep, right? And so this is why you have to understand the distinction between good debt and bad debt, okay? Then lastly, there is net worth, okay? Net worth. I believe that net worth is the most accurate way to measure your wealth. And ultimately, what you want to do is you want to grow your net worth by 1% every single month. And I'll explain that in just a second. All right. So do you even know your net worth right now? Do you know your net worth? You should know your net worth in the moment. And the reason I'm doing this video right now is because on the first of every single month, I actually calculate my net worth. And I want you to establish that ritual, RICH-UALS. I want you to establish that ritual to keep you rich, okay? Most people don't know their net worth. They live based off of what's in their checking account, and that's how you get caught up in the rat race, right? The checking account goes up when your paycheck hits, and then it goes down towards the end of the month, and it goes up, and you're just in this constant rat race. Now, your checking account is a part of your net worth, but it is only one aspect of your entire net worth, right? And it is really important to know that what gets measured is what gets done. And so we have to find the right metric. And I want you to consider using net worth as your metric to determine your path to financial freedom. So what is your net worth? What's the actual math? It's very simple math, okay? Your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities equals your net worth. All of your assets minus all of your liabilities equals your net worth, okay? It will let you know month by month if you're hustling backwards or forwards. There's absolutely no reason that you should work for 160 hours in a month and your net worth go backwards. It go down. That means that you're hustling backwards. Something is not working and that is not sustainable. And so by calculating your net worth every single month, it's actually going to put you in position to see if you're hustling backwards or you're actually making forward progress on this journey. If it goes down, then you have to ask, why did it go down? And you have to stop whatever that is. It went down because my car note is too high, right? When I add up my car note and my insurance and my gas based on my commute, it is too high and I'm ending up in the negative every single month and my net worth is actually decreasing. So I'm working 160 hours in a month, but my net worth is going down. I'm hustling backwards. Now, if your net worth is going up month by month, you have to ask why, and then whatever that is, do more of that. I invested in multifamily real estate, right? And so there's links below, right, for you to check out my free webinar called the Multifamily Master Plan, where I'll show you how to finance, find, and finalize your first multifamily real estate deal and literally start living for free. So just check the link below, and you can sign up for my next webinar whenever it is. All right. Now, make sure you also get the worksheet at getdivinedownloads.com. Get the worksheet right now, okay? And for those of you who are my subscribers, I have a more advanced worksheet. This is just going to be a Word document, right, where you can fill in and calculate your net worth. But I have an actual Excel spreadsheet for those of you who are my subscribers, and that is more detailed. It has all the calculations and formulas in it, and you can actually use it forever. I've been keeping my net worth since January 1st of 2017 using this exact same spreadsheet, all right? And so for those of you who are my subscribers on the channel, and in my masterclass, you can actually go ahead and take advantage of that, all right? So going back to what I said earlier, why did I say grow it at 1% per month? Why do we want to grow our net worth at 1% per month? That's about 12% per year. And using the rule of 72, this rule of 72 tells you how long it's going to take for you to double your money. So 72 divided by 12, right? 12%. 72 divided by 12 means that your money will double every 6 years. Now, we compare ourselves, and I told you this in one of my previous videos on how to identify whether or not an investment that you're about to make is a scam. I shared with you Warren Buffett's actual annual rate of return since he started Berkshire Hathaway, and the number is not crazy. It's actually 17.3% annual rate of return for the past 40 years, and now the Berkshire Hathaway stock is over $500,000, right? So we want to get at least 12% per year. And so when we break that down, that's about 1% per month in growth. So if you started out with $10,000 today as your net worth and you grew that by 1% per month, do you know how much money you would have in 30 years or 360 months? You would have $359,496. You would almost have $360,000 just with starting out at 10% net worth and growing that by 1% every single month. Yes, month one would be 1% of 10,000 is 100. So then the next month you have 10,100. Then you grow that again, and that's you add another 100 and I think $1 or $102, and you keep doing that. Yes, $10,000 growing at 1% per month for 30 years is $360,000. So again, the reason I'm doing this video at the beginning of the month is because I've been doing this ritual and calculating my net worth on the first of every single month since January of 2017. I can tell you what my net worth started as and how it's grown today. In fact, my net worth has I don't even know the number. It's 20x'd. It's 20x'd since January 1st, 2017 and what it is today. All right. Now, this is an intensive process for me. It takes me about 30 minutes to go through all of my accounts. I'm talking about all of my personal checking accounts, personal savings accounts, business checking accounts, and I have several businesses, right? All of my mortgage accounts for all of my properties, any car notes. I don't actually have any car notes, right? I don't have any consumer debt whatsoever. I do have some personal credit cards that I use, but that I pay back every single month just to build my credit, right? So I have to go through all of those accounts, right, every single month. And when I add them up, it's probably about 40 different accounts, life insurance accounts, etc., in order to calculate my net worth. But it really allows me to keep my eyes on the numbers and see if there's anything that is unusual. In fact, in the past month, I actually caught some fraud. I realized that there were some transactions from a business that I never bought from, and there were several transactions. And because I calculated my net worth every single month, I was able to see that, oh, something suspicious is here. Why did that account go down? That account has not gone down ever in my life. Why did that account go down? And I was able to identify it. I was able to call the credit card company and get all of those wiped out. So you have, being a good steward of money means that you keep your eyes on the numbers, right? And so we have to check in with our accounts to make sure that everything is kosher, as they say. So again, I've been tracking my net worth since January 1st, 2017, and it has 20x'd since then. Why? Because I seek to be a good steward of this financial resource, this money that God has given me to use to do more good, more God on this earth. And as a result, God keeps giving me more and more and more. So What are our assets? Again, the equation for net worth is assets minus liabilities equals net worth, right? So, what are assets? Assets include things like your checking account, your savings account, your stock value, your car value, your home value, collectibles that might have value, whether that's baseball cards or a shoe collection, anything of that nature. All of those things are considered assets, okay? Then we have our liabilities, right? Our liabilities are the car note. So yes, your car can have value, meaning that your car can be worth $15,000, but your car note is separate. That is a liability, right? And that may be $12,000. So the equity that you have in your car is 15 minus 12, meaning that you have $3,000 in equity in your car, right? Same thing for your home. Your home has a value that it would sell at today, but you also still have a mortgage. So your home could be worth $400,000, but your mortgage is $300,000. So that means that you have $100,000 in equity, right? So the home value is in the assets, right? And the liability is the actual mortgage. Then we have other liabilities like student loans, credit cards, medical bills, taxes owed, and things of that nature. So we want to look at all of those accounts. And as you advance in your financial life, you're going to have more and more accounts to have to check. And you have to log into all of those accounts and total up that number. And I want you to use the worksheet to do that. Okay, I want you to use the worksheet to do that and really calculate your net worth before you step away from this computer, right? We want to get beyond just entertainment and just watching YouTube videos. We want to actually put these things into practice. That's why I'm giving you these divine downloads. Now, these worksheets, they only stay up until the next video is released. So if you want the worksheet, you need to go get it today. After that, it will be replaced by the next divine download when the next video comes up. So I'm giving this out to you for free right now. If you go take advantage of it, get the worksheet, the net worth calculator right here and right now, and calculate your net worth. And many of you are going to be surprised by that number. Some of you are going to be elated. I remember I was talking to my best friend, and he was telling me what was going on in his life and financially, and I was like, you know, you're a millionaire, right? Because he was like, his home had appreciated, and I know he's doing well. He has a great job. His wife also works, etc. I was like, you know, you're a millionaire, right? And he was like, I never really considered it. Why? Because he wasn't calculating it. But then there's going to be others of you who were surprised because your home value might be this, your car value might be this, you might have the nicest clothes in your closet, but when you look at all of your liabilities and all the debt that you have, you realize that you have negative net worth. Now, let's put that in perspective. There's a baby who came out of a womb 30 seconds ago that has zero net worth, and that is higher than some of you who've been working on the corporate plantation for 10, 20, 30, or 40 years. A newborn baby has a higher net worth than some of the folks that are here. The homeless man on the corner, even though he has no active income, has no money in his pocket except the change that was given to him by the people passing by, has a higher net worth than some people who have been, quote unquote, doing the right things, doing everything that they were supposed to. Be good, get good grades, go to good school, get a good job. Make that make sense. See, the American dream, which is really the American nightmare, has many of us hustling backwards, right? And so we want to lock in to the right success metric, which is net worth, and make sure that we are tracking that and making sure that it is moving forward every single month. Okay. So I need you to download the worksheet at getdivinedownloads.com and calculate your net worth right now. Okay. Now, for those of you who want to take it a step further, I have something that's going to really blow your mind. Once you calculate your net worth, let's say your net worth is $50,000. What I want you to do is I want you to divide that number by the number of years you've been working full time. Okay. So let's say you've been working full time for 10 years, right? And your net worth is $50,000. 50,000 divided by 10 is $5,000. So your net worth has only increased by $5,000 per year for the past 10 years, though you worked 2,000 hours. You work 50 weeks in a year, 40 hours a week. That's 2,000 hours. So you work 2,000 hours, but your net worth only increased by, on average, $5,000 per year. That's about $2.50 per hour. Now, yes, you may be paid $30 an hour. You may be paid $50 an hour. But when we look at it from a net worth perspective, that particular individual their net worth has only increased by $2.50 per hour of work that they did. And that number is really, really scary to see, especially those of you who are in your 50s or 60s and your net worth is less than $100,000, or even if it's greater than $100,000, even dividing that number by 30 or 40, you see that over the course of my lifetime, my net worth only went up $5, $10, $15,000 per year, even though I was committing 2,000 hours plus per year to working for my employer. Okay? So going forward, I want you to set a phone alarm for the first of every single month to calculate your net worth. For many of you, it's going to be easier than me. And I can do it really fast now, but you don't have as many accounts as I do at this moment in time. You may not. I hope some of you do. And I hope even for those of you who have more, I encourage you to do this. You see so many athletes and celebrities get burned by their accountant because they lose sight of the numbers, right? So even if you have more wealth than me, I encourage you to do this. Set a phone alarm or calendar, right? And do this on the first of every month. And I'm certain that it will help you get to your financial goals faster. All right. So make sure you go to getdivinedownloads.com and get the worksheet before I post the next video, because the worksheet only lasts until the next video comes. All right. So until next time, I'm wishing you purpose, prosperity, and property. And I pray that your net worth increases by at least 1% every single month for the rest of your life. Peace.